So we started this channel about 15 years ago. And when I document time like this through a YouTube channel, it's fun to see how times have truly changed. You know, you can go back and see how we used to dress, how we used to talk, how quality looked via camera. Everything is perceptible when you look back. And I think the most dramatic shift that has taken place in the last 15 years has been the inability to focus and people being so plugged into their phones. It's honestly insane. And I'm not perfect. I find myself, plugged in. I have like 3 hours a day on screen time, which in my opinion is too much. A lot of it's unnecessary. But when I look around in public spaces, I go to a gym, I go to a grocery store, I'm walking around the streets in the shitty city of Chicago. Everybody is so plugged in. It's absolutely insane. And I always think to myself, was it always like this? Were we that obsessed with technology? In many ways, you might say, yes, like TVs were a thing. We were on computers, laptops, but it's gotten to the point, I feel, where people's general awareness is dulled. Their survival instinct doesn't even exist anymore because they're so plugged in. But the other day, I was at a restaurant and I was eating with my cousin, or we're having a conversation. I saw this lady to my left sitting with her child, and the entire time she was on her phone. And the kid was just bored, jumping over the table, doing this and that. She could not even care less. She was just so zoned into her phone. And the kid was just an afterthought. The kid could have jumped into the grill. It was a Korean barbecue. And she would have noticed maybe 5 seconds after the kid burns himself. I go to gyms and everybody across the table, no matter what gym I go to, it's so consistent. Everybody's plugged in. Everybody. Between sets, during sets. And that's another big thing. I look back into the content we used to make, because we used to do gym content. I'm like, were gyms always like this? And they weren't. People were more social in gyms back in the day. People were more, get the work in and get out, so to speak. Now the gyms have become more of a fashion show / let's see how many sets I can do and then get on my phone in between these sets. It's crazy. It's crazy. We are literally living in the real life Matrix. I only watched that movie this year because I just okay, what's this movie about? Does it have any relevance to now? Because I've been hearing people say that. And guys, holy crap. If you guys have never seen that movie, go watch it. It is so true right now. We are living in a real life Matrix. People are so plugged into their phones that they're living in a different reality. I mean, people have 8, 10, 12, 15 hours of screen time. They are literally living in a different reality, in a made-up virtual reality. They're no longer living in the real world. Most of their time is dominated by their phone. Their mind is in an alternate universe. And honestly, guys, if your mind is in a different world, which is the internet, the virtual world, you're not there physically. You might be technically there physically, but no, you're not. You're not seeing the things around you. You're only in what you see in front of you, what your mind perceives, and that's your phone. And that is what the Matrix essentially is people being sedated and having this mental, this virtual projection into their mind. So they live in this virtual world instead of the real world, and they're being harnessed in the real world for different things, and they're unaware of that. This long-winded thought ends with this. I truly believe the people that are going to be super duper successful in the future in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years are going to be the people that can retain autonomy over their attention and focus on things they want to focus on and not be so dragged into this virtual stuff that we're currently seeing right now. It's insanity. The people that can sit down and say, I'm not going to touch my phone, I'm going to focus on this project, do this and do that. We'll do this in the real world, not in the virtual world. Those are the people that will dominate, because right now people's lack of focus is at an all-time high. Nobody wants to face real life anymore. They just want to be in their phones. Any project, any task they have, they put it off. They sit on their phone for 15 hours, and then they get to it later. If you can just sit down and focus and not be on your phone and live and perceive things in the real world, you're going to be so much further ahead. That is my prediction. I just see it everywhere. It's so prominent to the point where I'm like, damn, it feels like we're living in a different timeline. I don't even know how to explain it. It feels like something shifted in the world. People say after COVID, something shifted, but I don't even think maybe COVID helped amplify it, because, COVID had people inside on their phones 24/7 for months and months on end. That's all there was to do. Maybe that was an amplifier, but I genuinely feel like there was a shift in the timeline that we lived in. and it's almost like a different world with the same surroundings. It's weird. Does anyone else feel that way? Sedation is the word. We have been sedated. Most people that walk around you are completely and utterly sedated mentally and visually, which is pretty much physically after that, you know? Like you're not here in the real world. If your visual and mental awareness is in a screen, then that's where you are. Anyways, guys, we might start posting on this page more and just kind of give you guys thoughts and ideas that I have. You know, I feel like it's fun to do that, and you guys seem to like it here. If you guys want more content from me, I do have my personal page. I will link it as a collaborator and in the comment section, check that out. But yeah, guys, retain your autonomy, your attention, and your focus. And that is my prediction of what will be needed. The people that are going to be coveted are going to be the people that can retain autonomy and attention.